All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, we have ourselves an exclusive leaked email from Ubisoft going over how panicked they actually are as a company. At this point, the employees are melting down so much over the potential of them losing their jobs that they now are getting email after email after email from people from within the company trying to calm down their respective teams. This email comes from Zone 1, which is the zone that, to my knowledge, controls the majority of the major franchises like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six, etc. You guys understand that basically the franchises that were involved in the sale. They are trying to calm down their employees by telling them, listen, we don't know what's going to happen, but you got to trust us, essentially. And this is the best thing for Ubisoft. Well, the employees don't really care because they're not really looking for what's best for Ubisoft. They're trying to figure out whether their activism has lost them their job or not. So let's get into this article, guys, from Insider Gaming. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says exclusive. Ubisoft's plan, in parentheses, for the Ubisoft Tencent subsidiary detailed in the internal memo. Insider Gaming has obtained another internal memo from Ubisoft, this time from Christophe Derenis, Zone 1 Managing Director, on the plan for Ubisoft's new subsidiary with Tencent. Now, guys, I gotta say that Ubisoft has to be one of the most compromised companies out there. You know, it's great for us as content creators, don't get me wrong, but they have to be one of the most compromised companies. It is insane how many leakers are at Ubisoft. You got people leaking stuff from Ubisoft to these journalists. You got people leaking stuff from Ubisoft to people like Smash JT. You got people from Ubisoft leaking shit everywhere. It's very clear that whoever works at Ubisoft has zero faith in this company, that they're willing to expose it all just so that their company gets held accountable, because from the inside, they're not being held accountable, or at least they can't anyway. So it says the announcement of the new subsidiary was made on March 27th, and thus far, not much detail has been given as to what can be expected moving forward. Officially, we know that certain Ubisoft teams and IPs will be moving over to the new subsidiary, but details on what it means for the overall company, its future projects, and employees is currently unknown. Now, here's the thing. Yesterday, I did a video talking about how Ubisoft stock has fallen about 11 to 12%. It has gotten worse, okay? It's gotten worse. The stock has fallen now 19%, almost 20%. It is insane what's happening to them right now. On the investor front, Ubisoft stock has fallen a staggering 19% as of the time of writing since the new subsidiary news hit the internet. It's almost as if the investors are not buying the bullshit regarding Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they're also not buying the bullshit about the new subsidiary going to save the company. I think it's safe at this point that the investors have finally woken up to the nonsense and the lies that Yves has been telling them and are pulling out. Speaking to one investor who wished to remain anonymous, he said that the stock price drop is a result of the unknown and how the new structure will work out with Tencent and its cash injection. Another investor casted doubt on the move too, saying that the move means little in the medium to long term if there's not more changes to the company. That's what I said. I've been saying this forever. You know, Ubisoft can get this cash injection. That's fine. Ubisoft can get the 1.16 billion. But if it's the same people running the company, if it's the same people who are making the same mistakes, if it's literally the same thing, then it's only a matter of time that we're going to be back here, but worse, right? It's only a matter of time before they continue to fuck up their future video games. And it's only a matter of time before Tencent is going to sweep in for a 50%, ownership, or a full 100% ownership. Who knows? But it's only a matter of time. All they did was put a Band-Aid on their problems. So now let's go over the email. But first, here's what some of the employees have to say about the move, because over a half a dozen are telling Insider Gaming from an internal communication that has been fairly lackluster, apart from a few company-wide emails. Some tell me that they feel like the deal was probably rushed due to the positive negotiating power Ubisoft had following the initial success of Assassin's Creed Shadows, but as to when the deal was finalized is unclear. Shadows has nothing to do with this, by the way. I want to be very clear. Assassin's Creed Shadows has zero to do with this overall deal, right? Because this deal was in place for probably a year, and it just got finalized now because they were waiting for the release of Shadows. I said this in all my videos that they were going to announce a sale, or they were going to announce some sort of something with Tencent about a month or less after Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out. Everybody was waiting for Shadows to come out. That way they could just move on afterwards and do what they got to do. But they didn't want the news cycle to be taken up at the fact that Ubisoft was selling 25% of themselves to essentially Tencent. They didn't want people to know that. They wanted Assassin's Creed Shadows to release first, and then they were going to tell people that information, especially their employees too. So let's get into the email. Here it goes. It says, this is the full memo below. Hello, all. By now, you have seen the message from Yves about the decision to create a new subsidiary that encompasses the three biggest Ubisoft brands, Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry. This new entity will remain part of the Ubisoft family and will continue to be operated by us, with Tencent being a minority shareholder. Now, here's the thing. This term, minority shareholder, they are using that term for a reason, because they are trying to downplay the insane moves that Tencent has been making to take over Ubisoft little by little. By naming them a minority shareholder, they are not technically lying, but they're also downplaying what's going on. If you think Tencent is at 25% a minority in anything, I got a bridge to tell you, basically, because Tencent having 25% ownership, essentially economic stake, in the three biggest franchises that Ubisoft actually utilizes to try to make money, you must be crazy if you think Tencent is not going to have some level of insane influence over these next three games moving forward. You have to be. You have to be insane. This important decision is a key turning point for us after the last few difficult years, and the opportunity for Ubisoft to rebuild stronger than ever. And again, I'm glad that they're at least admitting, for all the shills out there who are like, Ubisoft is fine, everything is fine, the games are amazing, everybody loves them, you're just a hater, you're just a grifter, you're just lying, you just want to, spew hate, you need a hate mob, rage clicks, blah, 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 all that bullshit. Where are you now? Where are you now when the company themselves are admitting that they had the last few years be very difficult for them? What do you think? Being very difficult means that they just been enjoying themselves and everything is great? No. Obviously, it's exactly what we've been saying about Ubisoft, that the company has been struggling through and through for a while now, and you guys have been shilling and lying, and some of you have been getting paid by Ubisoft as well. Apparently, anyway, according to my last video, you guys have been getting paid from Ubisoft to tell everybody that everything is fine and that the games are amazing and that just keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. You guys are fucking sad, bro. What will this mean for us in Zone 1? Certainly, we can expect some... Oh, here it is. Now, oh, guys, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for this one, because this is something we've been talking about that was going to happen for a while, since the moment that sale was announced. There is going to be a reckoning at Ubisoft. If you don't think there's not going to be a reckoning, let it be known there absolutely will be. There is going to be an immense amount of layoffs. There is going to be absolute destruction happening over at Ubisoft. And right now, they're trying to kumbaya their employees and tell them that everything is going to be fine. But let it be known that is not the case. Ubisoft is absolutely going to fire hundreds, if not thousands of people within the coming months. There is no doubt about it. But let's look at their PR spin. Certainly, we can expect some major changes in terms of structure and organization, since these three brands compose a significant part of Zone 1's population. For now, what we can say is that once the agreement is finalized and confirmed by legal authorities, our Quebec, Saguenay, and Sherbrooke studios will move entirely to the new entity, while our Montreal project teams will be spread between the new entity and the current Ubisoft organization. Our studios in Toronto, Winnipeg, and as well as Red Storm and Blue Mammoth will continue evolving in the current organization. It is still very early in the process, and I know you must have many questions, but the short answer to the what's next question is we need to take the time to figure this out, and the next months will be dedicated to determining the transition plan. Step 1 was this announcement, where we shared the decision and kicked off the planning phase. Step 2 will be from now until this summer, where we will work out how to support the new entity with the existing organization and determine what the new model looks like on both sides. There'll be a variety of guided consultations and discussions over the next few months, and your leaders will be involved as we take this opportunity to set up Ubisoft and the new entity for success. Step 3 will be the implementation of the new model, with a longer period to complete the transition. Of course, there are many things that have not been determined yet, such as who and how we will manage the new entity, what will happen to the structure we have created around the zone, what will happen, what will be the impact on the studios, and more. While there are many things that will only be defined during the planning process over the next few months, I can assure you that Ubisoft will continue to be a world-class creator of video games, and your great ideas and energy will always be a critical part of our success. I'm sure you have many questions, for which we have no answers yet. Your MDs have also been just recently briefed on this announcement, and like me, don't have any more information than I do. However, as always, we will try to keep you updated on our progress as we go along and share the latest decisions as soon as we can. In the meantime, we are looking forward to this opportunity of rebuilding a new and stronger Ubisoft and of maximizing the contributions to all our people. Thank you all for your patience and resilience. Living through change is never simple, and this is a big and important one for us and for the future of Ubisoft. My ask to you is that to keep focused on what you do best and where you have the biggest impact, making great games that enrich the lives of our players, bro. This is so much PR speak, it's insane, bro. Oh my God. Again, for anybody watching this video right now, let it be known, okay? I'm not right all the time, all right? I know I'm not, and I say when I'm wrong, and I have no problems admitting when I'm wrong. But I've been spot on with Ubisoft. I've been spot on with this coverage. I've been spot on with my guesses with this company. Ubisoft is in for a reckoning. It is only a matter of time. Within the coming months, you are going to see an insane amount of layoffs. It is going to happen. There is no doubt about it. There's no way they're saving everybody. There's absolutely no way. This company is going to go through a reckoning, and we are all along for the ride. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.